Your child is talking, but it feels like they're still stuck. You ask a question and they repeat the question. And at the end of the day, you're sitting quietly and thinking, they have all the words, it seems like they're talking a lot, but I feel like there's something missing. If this sounds like you, pause for a moment. You are not doing anything wrong. This is how many Gestalt language learners learn, and there's definitely more you can do as a parent to support your child. Your child is not being stubborn. You've just not found the right support and the right procedure. You need a different approach. Hi, I'm Priyanka Evangeline, your internet speech language pathologist, and today we are going to talk about how to actually support a Gestalt language learner. Troubleshooting tips for you. Not just the basics, but more you can do to actually understand your GLP child and support them in the right way. Respond to the meaning of what your child is saying. So when your child repeats your question, they are actually telling you, Mom, I heard you, I'm processing it, I'm thinking of the answer. Our instinct in this moment is to correct them. We think they don't know the answer, so we repeat the question, or we correct them, or we tell them, tell me the right answer, use your words. But they require a little bit more processing time. So when you ask a question, don't always look for the accurate answer. See if your child is thinking, give them time and see if they're coming up with some answer. It doesn't have to be 100% right. So if you ask your child, what did you do today at school? And they say, what did you do at school? Wait, don't immediately correct them. Don't repeat the question. And if they say something like teacher, so then they're trying to formulate answers. They're trying to formulate language. And this is very valuable time. It means your child's brain is slowly forming the networks required for language formulation. This is where many children need help. It's not that they don't understand language. It's language formulation and expression. How to convert my thought into a sentence or into a verbal language so that the person asking me or the person talking to me can understand it. That's where they need help. So if they say the word teacher, that's your cue. You build on it. You give them the structure. You say, I saw teacher Maria today. And you repeat it. What did you do at school today? I saw teacher Maria today. Number 2 is to build language inside your daily life. Use times like dressing, bathing, playing, getting ready, going out, traveling, before sleep, feeding. Use all of this time and opportunity to teach your child language. You don't have to sit for hours together, like 2 hours and 3 hours, and teach language, because language is not a skill like learning to read or write. Language is an essential daily function. And how do you teach something like that? Through daily life only. Speech therapists don't have that opportunity to come inside your home and spend hours together with your child. That is why they do it in like 30-40 minutes of condensed intensive therapy. But even with therapy, you need to do home practice. You need to translate that knowledge into skill with your child at home. That is when learning solidifies. When you're bathing, for example, use the bath song. Or when you're feeding your child, talk about the texture, talk about the color, and talk about how it looks and how it tastes and how you made it. When you're dressing your child, you have so many opportunities to teach choices, like which one do you want to choose? Why do you like that one? How does it feel? When you're driving in the car, talk about all the things that you're seeing, the plan for the day, what's going to happen next. Now this brings me to the third tip, is not to ask your child a lot of questions. This is something that's very common because questions will create demand in your child's mind. They get this feeling that somebody's asking me something, they're expecting something of me and I need to perform. And when a child gets into this mindset, it's like a test for them. They feel like this. How do you feel when you're in a test? You feel nervous, you're feeling how are you going to perform? So that's the same feeling you evoke when your child is asked a question. So stop with the questions and give the answers. Hold up the red and the blue shirt and say, which shall we choose today? And your child will look at one or they will reach one. So immediately you say, I chose the red shirt. I chose the red shirt. So ask, if you have to ask the question, but also make sure you give the answer, because otherwise you're only bombarding them with questions and there's no answer. They don't know how to answer your question. So when your child is playing something and they're laughing, and our instinct is like, oh, what happened? What's funny? What are you doing? Which is okay. See, if you know, if it comes out as instinct, it's very difficult to override instinct. So let's say you've asked the question, but immediately follow it up with something's funny. Oh, that's interesting. This is so cool. I really like this. For example, if in the evening your child likes apple juice or orange juice, and you know your child likes it, but if you go and ask them, do you want juice? It's like you want an answer. You're not looking for communication. You're looking to see if your child can answer a question, which is not really the goal. The goal is my child should be able to express what they want and what they need, and they should be able to stand up for themselves. So during evening time, take the juice bottle near your child and say, I want juice. I want orange juice. I love orange juice. I want orange juice. I love orange juice. And then pour and give it to them. So then they learn that if we want to have that feeling of, enjoying juice, this is a phrase that precedes that feeling. And then they associate and learn what to say when they want something. Should I make more videos on Gestalt language learning? Let me know in the comments. Here are the 5 takeaways from this video. Many autistic children and Gestalt language learners need more processing time, so don't repeat your question. Wait for them, take what they are saying and expand it. Secondly, look for those one words and a little meaning. Try to find out what they are trying to say and build that into a sentence. You don't have to spend hours together to teach language. You can build language inside your daily routine. Questions make it feel like a test. Language learning should be a natural, happy, enjoyable process, not a nervous test. If you ask the question, make sure you give the answer also to your child. That's all for today's video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.